Annalise Navarre. What else did I say? I'm 14 years old, going to be 15 in December. Woo!
December what?
December 21st.
Nice. What sport do you play?
I play for GCA. I play volleyball. I've been playing for about 6 or 7 years. You know, YMCA days, and then became serious.
That's your sport.
Yes, it's
your main sport.
My main sport. But you know, I'm really open to trying like softball and maybe going back to swimming. I don't know why, but I've always had like a big love for swimming. So.
The last time you swam, what was that, like the YMCA days?
Yeah, the YMCA days. I remember those fun, vivid memories of when the instructors would be like, "Oh, no, I want her, because I was the best swimmer." Not to be that way, but
it
like
felt good, huh?
It felt great because I love the praise.
You love the praise?
I love the praise.
You like to be the star of the team?
Oh, of course.
Even in volleyball?
Even in volleyball. Sometimes if I'm not, then that just shows me that I need to work harder. So.
You think you're going to pursue swimming this year?
Well, there's no possible way because it's winter season. I mean, yes, they have indoor swimming, but like that's, I don't know. I feel like a hot summer, cold day. It's just a nice day to
Well,
swim
swimming
out.
season's in the cold.
Oh.
And the pool is actually really cold. They have to keep it that way because if it's hot, you die. You overheat.
Oh. Well.
Because swimming burns the most calories out of any sport.
You right.
Like legit, like it has to be cold or you die. I
mean,
when I would wake up early. When I did swimming, I actually did swimming just to be with my ex.
What? Oh,
with Sinai.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did.
Was
it
it fun though?
It was fun, man. I'm glad I did it, but I'll be tired. I'd be tired.
Because that chlorine makes you.
Yeah, I would smell too, like my hair. It messes up your hair.
It does. It lightens it. Because my hair used to be jet black. Now it's like if you see like in the sun, it's like a little bit more brown.
Ooh, well, you have nice hair. That's why I'm like, don't dye it.
Nah, I'm gonna stay a hair virgin forever.
That's good.
Like I don't want to dye my hair. I remember I used to want to dye my hair, but I was like, no.
Well, honestly, I don't know how it works. I don't know. Like, I don't think dyeing it is an immediate death sentence for your hair. I think if you take care of it, but I know the upkeep is kind of pricey.
Yeah, it
with
is.
the shampoo, right?
Oh,
it's like a purple one or something.
Yeah, and bleach. There's like certain types of bleaches, and it's kind of sensitive on different types of hair. Therefore, they always have to test bleach and like if it falls out or anything. So that's like kind of killing a little bit of your hair, but you know it's still your hair.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I thought about it too. In middle school, I was like, yeah, I want to be like the skater dude with like the blue hair. But mom wouldn't let me do it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, you'll be thankful.
All she did let me do was a little spray can.
A little spray can?
That one you just wash out.
Oh, yeah. I wish she let me do that.
But you've done that before.
But like, you know, like for school events, not for a daily basis thing.
School events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Valentine's Day, I had like pink hair.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was Valentine's Day, but like I was just the only person in pink in elementary school. Like, oh my god, like her, she's so cute. And I had like pigtails with like pink hearts on my face. I'm like, because I thought it was Valentine's Day.
What day was it? Was it close?
Yeah. It was like the 13th.
The day before. That's
the day
funny.
before.
Mom let you go out like that?
Yeah, she's like, are you sure it's Valentine's? I'm like, yeah.
But what? So she didn't know when Valentine's Day was?
She didn't know either.
That's funny.
She was clueless.
That's mom. Clueless.
Oh.
That's funny. Now, one time in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
I think I was in 7th grade. Man, 7th grade was the worst.
Yeah.
It was the worst, man. We had uniforms, right?
Yeah.
And on certain days, I think whenever a lot of kids attended the school, like we hit an attendance mark, like 90% or 95%. You know, because they want you to go to school. That's how they make money.
Yeah.
So, as an incentive, I guess they would let us wear jeans on Fridays. Or not Fridays. They would choose a day. So, I went in jeans on a day that was not. And man, those middle kids school kids are ruthless. I felt so embarrassed. Like, it was crazy. Now I wouldn't care. Like, it's crazy how much I cared what people thought back then.
Yeah, because honestly, it's breaking dress code. If you think about it, like, I'm in jeans and all in khaki suckers.
It's not even a big deal. I don't know why. But I walked in. I was looking around. I was like, oh my God. I was looking at everybody's pants.
Oh my God. You got the khakis on.
I was like, oh my God. It's not Jean Day.
Well, duh.
It's not Jean Day. And then I go to homeroom and my teacher's like, hey man, it's not Jean Day. It's tomorrow. And everyone's looking at me. She points me out. She says, go to the office.
Oh.
And I forgot what happened. I think, I don't know if I went home that day and had to change, or Tito, our grandpa, brought me some pants or something. I know I didn't go the rest of the day with jeans. I forgot how I changed out of it though. But I bring that up to say that middle school sucks, especially 7th grade.
Oh my gosh, don't even mention 7th grade for me.
I think that's everybody though, unless you're like the popular kid.
Yeah.
I was not the popular kid.
Yeah, me either.
You weren't?
Well, I mean, I was well known, but I was not popular. If that makes sense.
I was really annoying in middle school.
Yeah, me too, big time.
Yeah.
I was so annoying.
I know. I live with you.
Shut up.
Why were you annoying?
I don't know. I just felt like I was like being talkative too much. Therefore, that's like, well, I had that phase in like 7th grade.
You will go elaborate on that.
Rockera.
You don't want to?
Yeah, okay. I had like that.
It's over now.
Yeah, that emo phase in 7th grade. It was not it.
Was it because of the people you hung around? Maybe. Like, be honest. Like,
I'd say that's part of the reason, but I feel like I don't want to. I like everybody answers this, and like I know it's like the same old boring answer, but I think it was like because of COVID, I had fell off so hard, you know.
how so?
Because like it was just so it sucked. Because you know I'm a very social person. I love to talk to people. I love to get to know people. I love meeting new people. Therefore, whenever COVID happened, it felt like I was just trapped in a cage and I was losing all social skills and becoming like a Discord mod. Like I needed to touch grass. It wasn't even funny. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm scared to order now. I mean, I'm still kind of scared to order because, you know, that's like kind of like a nervous thing for everybody.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as nervous as I used to be, you know. Like
I didn't think it affected you that much.
It really did. I think it didn't hit in the summer when it happened in 6th grade, but in 7th grade when we went back, it was affected me really bad and big time. And like I went to the wrong people for the wrong advice.
Who were those people?
Friends in 8th grade.
Oh, okay. What kind of advice did they give you?
They were not telling me the truth. They were just telling me things I wanted to hear.
Like about what?
Like, you know how mom was like always lecturing me, like, oh, she's wrong, you're right. And I was like, yeah. But then a lot of me knew that mom was right, and I was too prideful to admit that. Therefore, I was just like, oh, I kept hanging around them because they were telling me what I like to hear. And so like don't get me wrong, I'm still friends with them till this day, but I don't go for them. I don't go to them for advice. If anything, I don't. I just, you know, hang out with them for fun. Always like to ask how they're doing. But it's just like, it really matters who you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
And like, you know, what y'all talk about matters a lot, because it's like, it shows like what you can talk to them about and what you can't talk to them about. So it's just a lot. And I think like, besides me having bad friends and everything, the other things that I went to weren't the best either. It was like worse than friends. Like it was just really bad. I felt like I was a middle-aged person, because by the things I was doing, like I was like, man, Jesus Christ. And like whenever I had like stopped doing that, I felt like I was having like a bad withdrawal, like so bad.
Yeah.
like I couldn't sleep. I couldn't like I like had a sudden craving, a big urge. Like it was just kind of like things I was doing became a big addiction, and it was like kind of hard to get over. And I slowly got over it, and like I slowly started going back to church. But then at the same time, I feel like my relationship with God is just like on and off, and I don't want it to be like that anymore because I'm just so tired of it being that way. So like I would really like to keep it going and back on track, because like yesterday I read my devotional and I was like very happy about that. And like from yesterday and to this day now on, I just want to keep doing it for the rest of my life, you know. And that's it. And honestly, I won't say that it's going to be easy, especially in this type of generation, like with the people we live in, like all that I'm a cat, I'm a dog, whatever that is. I think that's crazy. Or people who identify as a disabled person. You know, this woman literally put bleach in her eyes because she felt like she was born to be blind.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And at least I think a lot of people are very happy to hear you say things like that. I think you gave a very mature response. You're right. You know, you become the people you become the people you hang around.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. That's why I stopped talking to a lot of my friends. Well, like, you know, I thought that's why I try to surround myself with people that are kind of where I want to be in life. At a certain point, you realize that you can't take advice from certain people because they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't be rude. I'm glad that, you know, you recognize that at such an early age. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that until, a couple months ago. So that's awesome. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you. I think a lot of people would be very happy to hear what you just said.
Yeah.
I'm very proud that you're my sister. That was a very awesome response.
Thank
I love
you.
that response. That gives me hope.
Yeah.
For the future.
Yeah, especially
Definitely.
like this generation has time. Like
it's different if I say it, you know, but it's
Yeah.
you're that generation, you know.
Yeah, like it has time, but that's only if they want to know God, you know. You can't force it on them, because if you force it on them, they're gonna be like, oh, well, this is how a Christian is. They force their religion on us. They shove it on their throat. First of all, it's not religion. It's faith. It's having an actual well-built and a well-foundation relationship with God, right? And I think that there's some Christians that, well, quote-unquote Christians, that discourage atheists or agnostics or really earthly people from, you know, having a relationship with God.
Right.
I guess
there's like a fine line that you can't cross. Like, you can't be too mean, because then they'll just shut off. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like a person that doesn't want to believe.
Right.
And it's crazy because I feel like every person, deep down, they know. Like,
They know.
it's kind of wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But just things happen in their life. And it's not always their fault, you know. Sometimes, one of my managers, actually at HEB, I won't say her name, but she was 30. She was in her 30s. She was great. She was nice. But, you know, some of the things she would tell me, sometimes her stories would, like, kind of contradict each other. Like, sometimes she was very political, but, like, very, like, in a negative way. But sometimes she would be, like, in a great mood and, like, very, like very Christian-like, and then another day, like, the opposite. And, well, anyway, all this to say that, one time she told me that when she was younger, she was in church, and I think one of her relatives raped her in church. And she was like, that's why I don't go to church. And she said it so, like, nonchalantly. She was like, that's the reason I don't go to church. And then she went on. She did the shift.
Well, I think it's because she went on so nonchalantly about it because I feel like she's just so hurt about it. She doesn't know how to genuinely express it. That's why she doesn't want to go to church anymore. well, it's not the church's fault. It's actually her relative's fault. Because like
Well, that's not God. That's the devil.
yeah, exactly.
That's basically it. Like anything bad, it's the devil. Anything good, is God.
Yeah,
That's the thing that
exactly.
most people need to realize. But yeah, no, like yeah, like atheists usually have this common denominator of like having kind of like a sucky life.
Mhm.
I noticed that like a lot, which I'm very like my now when I see them, like someone that denounces God, someone that disrespects God, I'm like I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
used to feel like really like angry, like why are you insulting my God like that? Like he's great. Like
Right.
even for the bad things that happen in your life, you're still alive,
Yeah.
and it just changes your perspective a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, so now like it's hard, it's really hard, but I really try to like have an open heart, like hey man, like I'm sorry, you got to be their friend first. Like even today, I saw a guy that you could tell, I don't want to like assume, but it was pretty fair to say that he was affected by COVID socially, very like long hair, like he looked like one of those people that would identify as like they them or something.
Oh, yeah.
Not to like insult him in any way, not to like be
Yeah.
mean to him in any way. I didn't point that out. I was like, oh okay. So I struck up a conversation with him. I said, hey man, how's your shift going? He said, oh it's good. I was like, yeah bro, like, oh, do they still close you guys? Like he was in the electronics section. Do they still close you guys at 8? Because I used to work there at Walmart.
Mhm.
And like making small talk, and he was, his mood changed.
Yeah.
Before that, his head was down, like he was quiet. His mood changed. You could tell he just kind of wants friends,
Yeah, I think the smallest things, even a simple "Hey, how are you?" or a simple like "Oh, what's going on in your life?" would make someone's day. Like it doesn't matter how small it is, how short the words are. I just think it's really important that we check up on people that who really need us. Like they don't realize it in the moment, or we don't realize it, but it's like it's always good to check up on somebody who really needs God the most.
Yeah. And it's like scary, you know. The internet is kind of like a feral place. My number one thing with like mentioning God, like, what if I mess up in the future? They're gonna look back on this or something.
Yeah,
like,
be
let's say
like-
this podcast goes crazy or something,
Yeah.
and like I'm human, Like,
Yeah,
I'm
they're
mess
gonna be
up.
like, "Oh, he's such a hypocrite."
He's such a like hypocrite. He's,
Well,
is this like what Christianity is about? Like,
Well, you know what? Christianity is not all perfectionist, and that's what atheists and agnostics have to understand, because it's so obvious
Yeah.
that we're tempted. It's because like sin is disguised as such a beautiful thing that we are tempted to fall for it every time it gets a chance, and it's like, oh man, I'm gonna fall for this temptation, and I know what's gonna happen, and it's just like we make a mistake and they like eat on it, they dwell upon it, they're like, oh man, you made a mistake, and you're like, are you really a Christ follower? Are you really a believer? Or do you really know what the Bible says?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what, we're all human, we all have earthly desires in
Yeah.
this human flesh.
Yeah. Sometimes Christians are like the most judgmental people, man. It's crazy.
It is, and that's not what we're called to do.
Not really in person, but mostly like internet. Like it's hard. Sometimes it's easy to forget that the internet is the internet. Like most people are not like that. Like when you see the crazy TikToks or stuff, like that's like a small, like 1% of the population. It just seems like a lot of people because you see it all the time.
Yeah.
Like most people are pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, it's hard coming across like Christian TikToks, because it's like you barely see like a real well-grounded person in their faith. Like you barely see that these days, because what they're blinded by,
Yeah.
all these these silly little politics.
I have a different view on politics. Like, I heard this quote from Liver King. You know Liver King?
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
so he's this guy. He eats nothing but raw meat.
Oh,
He's really jacked. Like, he claims he's natural, but I don't think he
is
is.
it the guy with the high voice? Like,
High Voice?
And like the guy you
No.
used to watch with the red shirt.
No, he doesn't wear shirts.
Oh.
But yeah, so he was like, someone asked him about politics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, listen, like something along, I'm gonna butcher this, but something along the lines of like, is my family like set? Okay. Are my friends set? Okay. Is my community set? Okay. Now I can get into politics. Now I can like actively like, okay, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna put all this effort into finding out, you know, what party does what, whatever the history, and like your family is like stuff, like your family's not in debt, like your family's not in the best position, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like taking your attention away from what's really important.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that, that just made so much sense to me. It's like, you know what, you're right, because it reminded me of my manager.
Mm-hmm.
It was like her life was not at where she wanted it to be. It was getting better from when I left, you know, my job, but she was all involved in the politics, and yet her relationship was the best.
Did she go for Brandon?
Huh?
Did she go for Brandon?
Brandon?
As in Biden?
Biden? I don't doubt it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. I don't doubt it. She would be that. Like, she would lean towards that.
I mean, I used to be very into quote unquote politics. I used to think I knew.
Yeah, nah, it doesn't, like, you know, it's just a tool to distract you.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I used to like be like, oh my gosh, Biden, blah blah blah. But no, that guy has dementia. That guy has Alzheimer's. Do you know how many interviews he fell asleep at? Like at least 3.
Oh yeah. He's old.
Yeah.
I'm very careful now about insulting people. Like, even if I don't agree with them, like I said, like my family's not. I gotta make something of myself first. Okay, once I make something of myself, let me make something of my family. Let me make sure they're set up. Okay, let me make sure my other relatives okay, my neighbors okay, my whole community okay. Okay, let's get into politics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I can't just what.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really stuck with me. So, honestly, I mean, my life hasn't changed since he was president.
Yeah, no.
I mean, there was at one point with the gas.
Oh
that
yeah,
sucked,
that was
yeah. But
terrific.
no, but back to the COVID stuff. I didn't really think. I guess it didn't affect me because I was around people all the time.
Yeah, because you could go out, you could drive, you could do whatever. See, if I had the ability to drive, I don't think. Well, I couldn't because I was like in 6th grade. But if I had the ability to drive, I don't think I would have ended up the way I was in 7th grade and in 8th grade year. 8th grade year, it got better, but then I kind of like relapsed. And this year, I'm not gonna lie, I relapsed a little bit. But it's like, I'm not gonna lie, it's during this time of the season. Like, it's always during the winter where I always relapse for some reason. Like, it's just so weird.
Relapse in what way?
Like, as in, like, I just always fall back into this state of mind where I feel so lonely. And, like, where just, like, everything is just so draining.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, I barely have the ability to do anything. And it's like, oh, man. Like, it always starts in October all the way to at least January. That's when I fall back out of it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say it's like seasonal affection, whatever you want to call it, disorder. I'm not trying to self-diagnose, but like I notice that every time, like it's I always get so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's because of my birthday, but honestly, I'm not sad about that.
I get sad around my birthday, but I think that's normal, especially you're young, you know. You'll realize once you get older that it's just your mind is very powerful. The mind is very powerful, and you'll figure out ways to combat that. But when I feel like that, I force myself to go to the gym, or I force myself to work out. I force myself to go outside and get some sun, and to just, because you're inside a lot.
I am.
And your diet's not the best.
What? I've been eating pretty good lately, so I mean.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, we had Burger King. I didn't want Burger King. I actually wanted like something healthy, but like it was the only thing.
But that has a lot, that has a lot to do with it. Your diet too. Your diet, working
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
also school. I don't know what's going on in school with your relationships with your friends or
Oh,
whatever.
I think my relationship with friends is perfectly fine. Honestly, I can say this about the school, and what I really like about the school that I go to is that you can be yourself. Like honestly, you can be yourself, and you don't have to put on a front. Put on a mask. I'm honestly who I am at school, and like I'm okay. I'm being honest. I don't know who I am, but my character and everything, my actions, things I do, like small things I do it, and nobody looks at me different for it.
Are you like
'Cause
the class clown?
everybody's a class clown in that class,
Yeah.
except for the little nerds, little squares. But cause like today we're listening to I Show Speed, like the World Cup song,
Okay.
and then we're listening to Shakira. We started dancing, and the teacher had a comment that we still kept dancing. It was fun. It was fun, but then we had to get back to work. But honestly, it's just it's a nice, welcoming environment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we have little spies, little snitches, little gossipers,
Yeah.
but in the end, everybody is really nice and welcoming, and like you don't get judged. I mean, yeah, by those who are jealous, but in general, it's fun. So
Nice.
yeah, I think.
So overall, it's a good school. Because I know you told me a girl OD'd.
Oh.
That never happened at my school.
Oh really? Oh yeah, that's crazy. Well, yes, a girl did almost nearly OD'd at my school. She was like,
Well, she did OD, but she didn't die.
yeah, she did OD, but she didn't die.
That's crazy. How old was she?
She's 4. She had just turned 14.
Dang.
Yeah, she was on my.
You don't have to say her name.
Okay. No, I wasn't gonna say her name. I was just saying she was my classmate.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't want to say I have a feeling about people, but whenever I meet people, sometimes they just give me a certain feeling of like how they're gonna be.
Yeah.
How like
Yeah, that's natural.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know about her. I don't trust her. And I was right. I was smart enough to not trust her because she ended up trying to blame, like, she tried to blame me and my friend group, like all the girls in my class.
For the OD?
Not necessarily, because like she had got a little smoke from another friend, and we were in the restroom at the time, right? And so I was peeing, and then my other friends were out there. I don't know if they did it or anything, but
Like what? Like a pen?
yeah, like I think it was like a vape or pen, whatever. And I went out, and you know what she said? She said that all of us were smoking in the back of the classrooms. All of us were smoking in the restrooms,
Including you?
Yeah, because she didn't want to be the only one.
Yeah.
To get caught for doing something.
Yeah, I mean, she's young. She's silly.
Yeah, and honestly, she was high out of her mind, so of course she didn't know what she was talking about.
She'll regret that. She'll look back on that.
Oh, I know. And like I was just like, wow. And like even like it got crazy to the point where mom didn't even trust me. Like she drug tested me because like I told her I didn't touch it. She's like, are you sure? I was like, I'm sure. She's like, I feel like you're lying. I was like, you know what? As much as it hurt, like hearing her say that, it kind of sucks because I was like, I was genuinely telling you the truth, and she didn't believe me, and I just kind of like, I shoved it down her throat because I was like, it came out negative because I didn't touch that crap, and like and I was like so mad. I was like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So basically, she tried blaming us for smoking in the back of the classrooms. First of all, who'd be stupid enough to do that? Smoking in the restrooms. Yeah, that's smart, but like, I mean, you could smell it, cause like,
yeah.
I walked by the boys' restroom and I smelled like a. I was like, oof.
A lot of people do it there, or what?
Man.
That's how it was in my school too. More in the nicer one.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like the nicer you go, the more drugs are present.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so.
Big
It's like
time.
what you hopefully. It's what you would hope. It's not the case, but it is the case.
Yeah.
My
Wait, real quick. I think you might have to blur my shirt out or something, or like blur the school name out because like I said where this took place. So like, and like, wait, also cut this out too. My coach, she finds out everything, and she really cares about her image. Like, yeah, she really cares about her image. Like she has people who spy on us and what we do. She has like secret cameras everywhere. Cause one time, I got what is it? Oh yeah, I was with Juan, right? And I gave him a hug, but like they get mad over that too. They got mad over that, and they sent me to Coach A's room, and like we were talking about it and everything, and blah blah blah. So like yeah, like if I know I don't know if you're gonna post this, like you're gonna post this, right? Okay, well you just gotta blur it out, like this quick little, but like she will find it like that. Like somebody will find it one way or another, and if this blows up, and if my school shirt appears on the thing, she's like gonna get PO'd, and she probably get kicked out of the school for sharing this information.
you.
Yeah.
Dang. Then you go to Davis.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't see no barely drugs there. I mean, yeah, drugs, but like someone
Drugs are gonna
ODing.
be everywhere, but it just it's up to you.
Yeah.
What kind of person you are. Are you gonna take them, or are you gonna resist?
Yeah, because the first time I failed. I
You took it.
I took it, but then the second time I didn't fail. I didn't take it, and I think it took a lot of willpower.
Yeah.
So I was like,
for me, it was different. It was no,
yeah,
just straight up no. I don't think
it's good.
wasn't offered it until high school, and like a dummy. I've done it before. Once.
What?
I've done it before. Yeah, never taught anyone, but yeah, I've done it before. I think I can be honest now. Now that I'm older, I will tell the truth because I don't want to lie ever. First time I did it, I was a sophomore because I was still at Heights.
Oh.
Okay, so I was a sophomore, right?
Mm-hmm.
My friend Julian, I told him I would lose my smoking virginity with him. Like a while ago, right? I think
Yeah.
freshman year I told him that. So sophomore year comes around, I get invited to one of my friend's parties. He was there. He was smoking. Everybody was smoking. It was a hood party, bro. But, God works in, like, mysterious ways. I think I was meant to be at that party. Because I never went to another party like that again. We were in a circle.
Uh-huh.
The blunt was getting passed around.
Bye.
I inhaled. I coughed. It went back around. I inhaled one more time. I coughed. I was high. I was like, this is high? Whoa.
Whoa.
I was like, why do people do this?
I guess because it feels nice.
I've never been depressed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different.
Yeah. It is different.
I've always been happy for the most part. Sad? Yeah, I've been sad. But depressed, I'm assuming that's a different feeling. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, I'm high. I drank a little bit too.
Did
I
mom
was being
find out?
bad. No. She'll probably find out with this.
Nah, she
But
won't.
I was a long time ago. Obviously, I'm not proud of that. I just don't want to lie anymore. So
Yeah.
I was a little cross-faded. I wasn't tipsy at all. I was just high. I just took like one shot. But a fight breaks out at the party. Guns start being taken out. I get scared. Like I've never been in my life. I was like, this is real. Like, I'm at a party, but it's not a party anymore.
Yeah, it's a shootout.
There was this drunk dude. He was an angry drunk.
Oh,
He was like my
man.
age. It was crazy. He starts punching people. He starts punching girls, dudes. He's just aggressive.
Oh.
He hits a guy. The guy turns around. He like rubbing his face, I guess. And then he lifts up his shirt and he's like, you see his pistol? Man, this is so stupid. And then everyone's like, whoa, I saw it too. I was right there. He almost punched me.
What the crap?
I was with a friend. And the friend got hit.
Wait. Can you say who it is or no?
No, that's probably not a good idea. Anyway.
No, later.
Anyway, so okay, so he pulls his gun out. I see two other guys arguing. One of them is saying, "Hey man, that's your boy. Get your boy." And he slaps the beer out of the other guy's hand. And like it's just chaos, bro. Like everyone's like getting riled up. Then a couple of dudes go to their trucks. They start pulling out little AKs. I'm thinking they're about to start shooting. At this point, I've already backed up like a good amount of meters. Like I'm back. I'm about to jump the fence. And then I guess at that point I just turned around. I never heard a gunshot go off, but I was on like adrenaline. Jump the fence. I wait for my guy at the car, because I went with a friend. Right?
Yeah.
Call him like, "Hey bro, where you at?" He's like, "Oh man, bro, I got hit. I'm coming. Don't worry." And then we skedaddle. And you know what we did? We went to the after party.
You're so funny.
And the guy who initially showed his pistol
was there.
That was his apartment.
Oh, what? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went to, and we were like, "Why are we here?" We were like,
Wait, you went to his apartment, but he was y'all's age?
he might have been older, might have been in his 20s. But yeah, that's weird. Like at those parties, like high schoolers are hanging out with grown adults. It's just weird.
Yeah,
It's just degenerate behavior. But that taught me that I would never go to a party like that again with those kind of people, because I don't want to put myself in a dangerous situation like that ever again.
Yeah.
And it's bad to smoke.
Yeah.
See what happens when you smoke, you dummy? Don't do that again. So I never smoked again.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, my first time was not like that. I had started smoking in 7th grade. Like, I was 13. I had just turned 13, I think. I don't remember.
At your private school?
Not at my, it was somewhere else, but, I was...
What? Where?
I was offered, and I was like, yeah. And then I was like, and then like I inhaled. It comes to, you know. I was like, and then this person told me, they're like, breathe it like you would breathe air, and I forgot how to breathe. I was like, you know, like trying to, and I was like kind of just wasting the good stuff, and then like finally I got it right, and then like I had, it wasn't a bad like high or anything. It felt, you know, in my opinion, I really liked the feeling, and I had like got the munchies right after. Like first I was like giggly, you know, like
Yeah, I never got that. I think my highness went away when all that stuff popped off. And for me it was opposite. I didn't like it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's because like, I think you wouldn't like it at all because you're not the type of person to smoke.
Actually, let me clarify this on. I did smoke again, but
When?
maybe like a year later, when I was at Northside with Trey. I did it with Trey. Okay, so let me be no.
Trey pulled out the tray.
Okay. Let me name every time I've done a THC.
Oh.
So that way I can just clear off my chest because it's going on the internet.
Okay.
I did that once at that party. Okay.
Okay.
I haven't done it like since outside of high school, but a year later with Trey, I hit the pen with Trey. It was terrible. That I will really never do again. I hated it.
That's what the girl at my school
nauseous.
took.
Yeah, no to drugs. And then I took an edible, and that one hit me the hardest with my high school. Yeah. So junior year. So that was the last time I was like, yeah, you know, let me try it like a dummy. I regret it because now I can't say I've never done drugs. Like honestly, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I could have that title, like legit.
Yeah.
Let me get that off my chest because I know I said I didn't do it again. I did do it again. I'm trying to think. No, that was it. That was last time, junior year. Yeah.
Let me clear off of my chest. All right. So, I never had smoke for the first time. Great high, but you know, not gonna do it again because it's not good. And
Don't say great high.
Okay, bad, quote unquote bad.
Terrible high.
Terrible, man. I did not enjoy it. I was so hungry.
Yeah.
And after that, that's when I was like, oh man, I hadn't smoked in a while. I was like, man, I miss it. So then I had like downloaded an app Instagram. I had downloaded Instagram, and I bumped into one of my friends, and she had posted all these like paper blunts, and like blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, who's your plug? And he's like, and then she gave me his ad, and I was like, okay. So I messaged him. I was like, what should I get? So he's like, he sold edibles, cards, whatever. So I I started buying from him a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you buy?
I bought nothing but edibles, like, cause I had bought. You know how many bags?
Oh, you know what? No, it happened one more time, but it wasn't voluntary.
Oh.
My teammate, he gave me a Rice Krispie.
No.
He drugged me. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It was right before practice. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I really want to, like, because lying always comes back to you.
Yeah,
You know
it eats
what I mean?
you up.
It'll eat you up. People will find out. The internet's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then what is it? Oh yeah, you know how many bags of edibles I bought?
How many?
Like 10.
How much was that?
They had like 600 milligrams in each gummy.
Oh my god.
And you know how many I took?
How many?
I took 4
At once?
at once.
Damn, you're trying to kill yourself or what?
No, I wasn't. But man, let me tell you, man. Man,
It got you. You were gone.
I was gone. No, because you know what's funny? Like I feel like temperature really affects like the intake of edibles. Because as soon as I took it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a hot shower. I took a hot shower and boom, it slapped me across the face. I was like, and I went downstairs and Mom was in the kitchen, and I was like, oh, in my mouth, I had cotton mouth. I was like, oh crap. I was like, and I was,
Right.
And I had got Oreos and some milk because I was just so hungry. And I was like, she's like, hey mama. I'm like, hey mom.
Oh my god.
And I don't know how she didn't notice.
And this is in 7th grade? 8th grade?
7th grade, yeah, 7th grade.
This was in 7th grade?
Wait, yeah, I think this
When's the last time you took a drug? Be honest.
The last time I took a drug, like as in drug, was like the last time I had got caught from my old middle school. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. That was really good. Alright.
Hey man, sometimes you just gotta get caught. You just gotta go through it.
Yeah, I'm really glad I got caught though.
That sucks that you did do it, but I mean, I can't condemn you.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mom did it too.
I don't know.
She said she doesn't, but she was wild.
She was.
From the stories Carita was telling me, I'm sure she did it. I'm sure she doesn't want to tell us, obviously, because we're her kids. She doesn't want us to do it.
Too late.
It's too late, yeah.
I mean.
But we'll never do it again.
Yeah, and after I got out the shower, I was smacking my lips, and then she was actually. Hope this doesn't. I mean, yeah, blow. I hope it blows up. But hold on. We're actually talking about you. I don't remember what we were talking about, but it was about you. And I was like, oh man. I was like high out of my mind. I was like, yeah. And it was a deep conversation too. And I was like, wow. And she didn't notice. And my eyes.
That would have scared me.
Yeah, I don't know how I had the
She didn't notice?
She did not notice.
That's crazy.
She's a freaking nurse, Junior. No, Junior. No. My eyes were like this. I was like, yeah. No, I think that's so messed up. And she's like, what do you think's messed up? And I was like, what?
No.
And I was like, oh my, Junior.
Maybe it just didn't process in her mind. There's no way she would be happy. Nah, that's not a possibility. Maybe she's tired.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry. And then I said that right after. I was like, you know what? I'm sorry, Mom. I'm just so tired. It's been a long day for me. And right after I took the whole cookies, the whole Oreo cookies, I was like,
you took more after?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
No. Like the Oreos. Like,
you ate.
Yeah, I ate more.
Munchies.
And I had bad. It was so bad. I cleared out like half the section on one of the things downstairs.
With the edible I got munchies. Yeah, I remember eating chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets was your meal.
That was my experience. I'm not proud of what I did. I want to make that very clear in case Mom sees this or a future if important person sees this, like,
Yeah.
I am very against things that alter your mind.
Like, yeah, no, hey, I know this sounds messed up, but like, it was, I was under the influence, and yeah, I'm really stupid. I'm really stupid for following that and for being super weak-minded. And it's just, it's funny that I did that. Like, not funny, but you know, it's just like, man, I'm so stupid. Like, it's stupid funny, but I know not to do it ever again.
Yeah. No,
So-
I mean, that's good that you recognize that. You're not stupid. You know, you're just following the crowd. You're young. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a cool kid in middle school, and if I was offered, I'm sure with enough offers, I would have cracked. I'm like
Yeah.
positive. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially like in the environment I was in at that party, like it was nothing but the cool kids. So I was like, and my friend was one of them. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of my life I just wanted to be like cool,
Right.
like that guy. That's like part of the reason I work out. Part of the reason I want to make something of myself.
Mhm.
Part of the reason I make people laugh, because I want to be like, oh, you know, that's Caesar. Like he's funny. Like he's cool. He's nice.
Yeah.
But that's not a way to live life.
It's
Because you
not.
just come home and you're alone. You know.
Yeah.
But the gym has helped me a lot. Church has helped me a lot. My girlfriend has helped me a lot. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I don't need drugs to feel happy.
Yeah. No.
Also, yeah, I'm scared of that too. Like, especially taking drugs when you're sad. Because then, you know, it works.
Tell me about
So that's
it.
what I'm like. That's not something I want to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get it hooked to.
Yeah, that's why in like 7th grade I bought like 10 bags.
That's crazy. How much was in each pack?
I'd say about like a good amount actually.
A good amount.
Yeah, for whenever I first bought from him, he gave me a little extra goodie bag. So like, and you know what? He not gonna lie, I was like, you know what? You generous, man. So like, I always like before I gave him money, I straighten it out to make sure money looked clean. I was like, here you go, thank you, sir. And then like,
That's crazy to me. Because you were little.
oh my god, let me tell you.
What?
Let me tell you about a previous plug I had.
You had more plugs?
It was only 2.
It was 2 plugs?
Yeah, it was 2.
Dang. You're more experienced than me.
That's not good. Not something I'm proud of either, but this plug, he was my age, right?
Dang. He's a young hustler.
Yeah, and like
At the school?
no,
Oh.
you know the like that app like Yubo or Wiz?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, Yubo is like where you like meet people, make friends, or Wiz is like, you know, meet people, make friends. Well, I saw his thing and I saw it and he was like, oh, I'm 15 and I'm like 13 and I was like, what? Yeah, I was 13 and I was like, and he had like that little green emoji, right? And he's like, Houston, Texas, I sell, and I was like, boop, and I DM'd him. I was like, hey, I would like to purchase so and so, blah blah blah. And he's like, all right, bet. Where do you live? And I didn't say where I lived exactly. I just like said street name, right? And then I had bought it, and then I went outside, and then he was cute. I was like, I hate that man. He was cute.
He was driving?
Yeah, he was no. He had like a designated driver, like somebody driving around for him.
This is both dudes?
Yeah, it was like this guy.
Was his dad?
No, it was like his brother, his older brother.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I saw him, and then he just looked like we made full on eye contact. I was like, thank you.
I fell in love with my dealer.
No, because he liked me back too. He was like,
What?
yeah, he was like, hey, would you like to go out sometime? Like, you know, I just thought you were really
What?
pretty, like blah blah blah. And I was like,
What'd you say?
and I was like, not gonna lie, I like tried to low key plan it. I was like, oh, you wanna like go hang out at this mall, blah blah blah. Cause I was like, I asked mom, I was like, hey, do you wanna go to the mall on this certain day at this certain time? And like we never did, so like, you know.
Oh, okay.
But like, thank God. But like I just thought he was like, I thought he was really cute, and like we both found each other attractive, and then like we started talking within like I had like, I don't know, yeah, friend.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
You know, if I was able to date at that age, I would have. I'm not gonna lie to you. And by able, I mean like attractive. Like if I was attractive enough to attract a girl at that age,
Oh.
I would have. Like my mom didn't want me to date either, young.
Yeah.
But it's not that I didn't want to. It's that I couldn't.
Oh man.
Like I can't condemn you for things I honestly would have done.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I'm glad you know that it's not right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like the best.
Yeah.
As you get older, you'll realize that picking a partner is hard.
Oh yeah.
It's hard, especially in high school when you don't really know who you are.
Most definitely.
It's
most likely.
Like for me with Anna,
Mhm.
my girlfriend, if I had a daughter like her, I'd be happy. That's kind of how you want to gauge it.
Yeah. Like.
I would assume if she had a son like me, she would like him.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I think I got lucky. I got really lucky.
Yeah. Like
But it took a lot of girlfriends and a lot of mistakes to really find her.
Yeah.
So, just so you know, like, it's, you know, you're not supposed to date, but
Too late, but.
you know.
You know, I had so many.
I don't know what you
boyfriends.
do when you're at school, but you know what you do, and you know right from wrong. You're old
Yeah.
enough to know that.
Yeah.
So that's.
I screwed up so
I have
bad.
hope for you, and like that, you know when you mess up.
Yeah.
So, I love you,
I love you too.
and I know you're smart, and I know you know right from wrong, and that's all I can. That's all I can really go with, you know.
Yeah.
I can't be with you all the time.
Yeah, I know.
I can't point out a red flag when I know, you know.
Yeah.
And I only know what you tell me.
Yeah, I know that because at school, my coach pulled me aside and talked to me about something, and it was about like me and like guy, and I was like, oh, oh yeah, that blah blah blah. I'm like, never again. I was like, never again. So
Nice.
yeah, it's like no, and I was like, if like you know if that happens, then he could possibly get sent back to Colombia. So I was like, ooh.
What happened?
What is it? We got caught. Like,
And at least.
I'm sorry. Okay. I know.
You guys got caught making out?
Yeah, but like, okay, I'm something I'm proud of. I'm just like laughing because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, like I said, like if I had the chance to make out with a girl at 14, I would have taken it. Like,
I did it even younger. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I know, because you're pretty, but you got to know that that's a privilege. That's a power.
Pretty privilege. Well, I mean, I look musty right now because like I had woke up from a juicy toe gripping
But
nap.
you can know that you're lucky, right? Like you're blessed. Like you're pretty.
It's a blessing and a curse.
You can have any guy you want, especially like high school when guys are just hormonal.
Ugh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So with that, you got to realize that you got to hold yourself to a higher standard, right?
Yeah, way more.
You got to make sure that you guys are official before anything happens.
Yeah.
And like I don't it's hard for me to give this advice because I don't want you to do anything, but I know you're gonna do it anyway. I would hope not, but
no,
this is like
I haven't.
Okay, so when you're a pretty girl, a high value girl, and especially you because you know God, you don't just kiss anybody. You don't just let anybody
And that's where I messed up.
treat you
Yeah.
how they want to treat you. You set the bar.
Yeah, I know. And that's where I messed up, where we like, you know, but yeah, so that's where I messed up big time. And
But you know it was a mess up.
yeah, it was a mess up, and I don't. Yeah.
I mean that's what it takes, honestly, to mess up. But you gotta know your worth.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I can't emphasize it enough.
Yeah.
Like you are pretty.
Thank
Like you are really pretty. But with that, you gotta realize that guys, especially that age, are gonna try to like do stuff with you.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
All right.
All right. Okay. Cool. Sorry.
What are we talking about? Annalise, you're very pretty.
The
You're very pretty,
things
and
in high school.
it's easy to get.
Tempted.
Yeah.
And
It's
convinced.
easy to get tempted when you have a lot of options and like the attractive guys going for you, and you got to realize that most people, just most guys, especially that age, just want to do stuff.
Oh yeah, I've learned that because ugh, something else happened, and then I had got called to the principal's office, right? And I didn't, mom doesn't know this, but he kind of gave me like the dad talk. Before he gave me the dad talk, my coach gave me the mom talk, kind of. I don't know. She's like, you have so much going for you, and she's like, you have a lot of potential. I don't know. I'm like, you have to be careful what you do here, and I was like, and I have messed up so many times already, so I deep down am just like, I feel so guilty for letting my coach down a lot of times, and that's just something I haven't apologized to her yet. Like, I need to like apologize to her as soon as possible, and it's been a while.
Yeah.
And after that I got called to the principal's office, and he was like, so I've been informed that you and this other person have been doing something and blah blah blah. And I was like, I didn't lie to him. I was like, you know what, yeah. And because like there's no point in lying if they know, right? And he was like, you know what, never settle for second. You're better than that. Because like first he was like, I'm concerned. At first he was like, I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about your grades. You're slipping. Like you flirting with the guy, and it's just like, oh, I never settle for second base. You have so much more potential. You can grow so much more. You're more than that. And like he was like play hard to get, and like it almost made me, I wanted to cry, but I like sucked it up, because like I just really appreciated somebody telling me that. Like, I'm not saying that my coach didn't tell me that. She told me that too.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fact that a lot of people say that they see something in me, they see a lot of potential in me, that
It's like counterproductive. Like, too much pressure.
Yeah, and like.
Yeah.
I
don't see anything in you.
Yeah,
I think you're a failure.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think a lot most of the times.
I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking.
And I'm like,
I do see a lot in you. I mean, how can I not? Look at you. You're like the star of the volleyball team.
oh no, I'm not actually the star of a volleyball team.
Bruh.
I mean, yes, I'm a freshman.
You
on
are a
varsity.
freshman in varsity.
Yeah.
You know what percentage of high schoolers are that?
Like.
You need to look it up. Because it's like 1%.
Oh.
You know how special you are?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Man, like, grades aside, whatever. Like, I struggled.
Well, it's not that. I think I'm smart. I just don't try. Because a lot of people say that, like, you're stupid, but you're really smart. Stupid, like.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but I just don't use it to my fullest. And like my principal said to me, like, you know what? I'm so blessed to have a principal like him. Like, not trying to be dramatic. It's my first year there.
Yeah, he sounds cool.
Yeah, but he's an amazing person, and I think that he gives really good advice. And you know what? I really like that he's into the Word of God, because that's, of course, I go to a Christian private school, and he's just amazing all around.
Yeah.
He told me things that I never thought I needed to hear in my life that other people told me, but coming from him, it just meant a lot for some reason, because he's the head of the school,
right?
So like the head of the school saying that I'm smart, that I'm built for something greater than this,
Yeah.
it just meant a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy whenever you're on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you clean, you do your homework, you practice, you're like so motivated. It's awesome. But motivation's not
Enough.
need to be disciplined, but that's
Yeah.
something you learn. It's hard to
Be disciplined.
get that at your age.
Oh yeah.
It's hard, but you have definitely shown that. You know, you've shown like highlights of that, definitely. Something I never did. I say you're awesome and your potential and is high and you're pretty and because you're everything that I wasn't at your age. Like I was fat. I didn't try in school. I just wanted video games. No girl liked me.
I mean, I didn't try.
I mean, that's
school.
fine.
In middle school, I didn't try. I barely did. Only in 8th grade, I tried it. I was almost.
Well, no,
an
even as a
understudy.
freshman, yeah, because you're a freshman now.
Yeah.
That slipped my mind for a second. As a freshman, right now, you are, if you keep doing good how you're doing,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to surpass me like ×2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's okay. Like relax. Just
Yeah.
breathe. One day at a time. You know, don't be too hard on yourself. You're 14. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just keep doing what you love doing, which is volleyball.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Actually,
I'll
I
talk
was
about me.
thinking about joining the basketball team.
You should. I
I'm
mean,
kind of nervous though, cause like
I could train you, but
for next year.
I was saying, just calm down. You know,
Yeah.
you're in a position that others would kill to be. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
You're a freshman on varsity. You know how good that looks. The scouts,
Real good. Yeah.
amazingly good.
But it doesn't mean that I'm top tier. But I want to be top tier. Like this summer, I wanna train as much as possible. I want to learn discipline, and I just wanna be great, do everything great.
Yeah.
Achieve greatness, reach that. I don't know I'll never reach it because no one has ever reached it. Not even the greatest of boxers. Because you know what? Even themselves, they fight with themselves. They take it hard on themselves because they don't think they reach that level of greatness.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'll never be enough. But honestly, it'll be enough to get me scholarships. It'll be enough to get me somewhere. It'll be enough to give me a career.
Oh, yeah.
So.
And let me say it right here. You are going to be great. Let me say it to the camera. Annalise Navarre will be great. She will be great. Because she is passionate about things she cares about. That's rare. Because I cared about basketball, but not like I should have been. Like how I wanted to be. I was varsity as a senior. But when you're a senior, you're varsity by default. Because you can't be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I was happy. I was smiling on senior night. Mom wasn't there.
Oh.
But I think I didn't invite her.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think I told her about it.
No, you didn't.
So I don't want to bash her, but I don't think I told her about it.
At first I was like, wait, what?
No, yeah, she wasn't, but I think because I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Anyway. Yeah, and at least you're going to be great.
Thank you.
So just calm down, do your homework.
Yeah.
You should try to get out of your room as much as possible.
And work on that desk right there.
Yeah.
Because, I have a desk in my room. I work on it a lot, but it just feels kind of like...
Also that, you need to move that desk out of there. You can't be productive in your room. It's hard. Because that's why I moved this whole setup out here.
Yeah.
I literally can't get work done.
Should I put my desk next to yours? Like, maybe right there. I know the TV's right there, but
If you want.
I don't know. It's not heavy, so.
Yeah, you, if you want, yeah. But there are steps to get you out of this hole.
Yeah.
And I've been in that same hole, like recently. But there are steps.
Yeah. Why are you in that hole?
Am I in that hole?
Yeah.
I think as a man, it's a little different. As I get older, I feel like it's more and more my responsibility to take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
And to make sure that grandma and grandpa are okay. To make sure you're okay and mom. Even if me and mom argue and don't talk, I still love her.
Mm-hmm.
As a man, I feel a responsibility to be great no matter what. Not just for me, but for you guys mostly. And then I can worry about me.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't think I've earned the right to chill, to relax. I think I just need to keep working until I get something that's making me money, and then maybe I've earned that right. But I haven't gone out in a while. I don't know if you've noticed. but I haven't gone out. I've only been working.
Oh, bro's rising grinding.
So yeah, no, literally, like something flipped in me, and it was a lot to do with Andrew Tate. I'm gonna say it right here, right now. As a businessman, okay, take away all that other stuff, right? The negative stuff. As a businessman, you can't argue he's good at what he does, and he gets his point across.
Yeah, he does.
So he instilled in my mind that as a man, it's my responsibility to take care of my family, and that if I really want it, I need to stop being lazy. And this is all like duh, you know. But,
yeah.
But for some reason, he really got to me, and I started listening to some more of his videos, and
Bugatti.
It just got to me, you know.
Yeah.
People can say what they want about him, but he's inspiring me to be better.
Well, I mean, how he got. Okay, look, I'm not just saying this towards him.
Yeah.
But like how he got famous is not good. Like for example, like Kim Kardashian and the Ray J Simpson tape, or like
Ray
like,
J Simpson,
or whatever, whoever it was.
No. I mean, no, I agree.
And like
I totally agree. Yeah, I'm saying from a purely business side.
Yeah.
Like his.
But I just don't think. Okay, like what he says about women is very disrespectful sometimes, right? And I'm not going to be one of those girls who you go up to and ask them, do you think Andrew Tate is a good person? No, he's a misogynistic, narcissistic, blah, blah, blah.
Well, have you heard like a full-length interview of him, or just like TikToks? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference. It just sounds absurd like there was like a podcast explaining on about how he got famous. And I was like, oh wow, like he's over here calling women, I'm sorry, excuse my French, he's over here calling women whores when he's the one who produced a Pornhub, like, you know, production.
Yeah.
I'm like, it takes two people to create a bad thing, not just one. First of all, he's a big dummy for making that. Second of all, the women who join are even more dummies for entertaining that and joining that.
I've never heard that perspective, but that's true.
Yeah.
He didn't force them to do it.
He didn't. That's why I'm saying it takes two.
Definitely. Yeah, he managed it. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But where was I going with this? I don't agree with how he made that money. Right? But yeah, like they wanted to do it. He didn't force anyone.
But he also made it too.
I've heard a lot of interviews with him. I've got to know him, like actually, and to me, for the most part, he's not a misogynist. I know the clips show that.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
But usually the case is, if you watch those whole videos, it's just out of context. Because there's multiple times where he says, "I believe in love. I think a man and woman should be together." Whenever he says, "Oh, if I cheat on her, like she should just come back to me," he's talking about like a man of like when they're a millionaire. He's not talking about like me, like an average man.
Yeah.
He believes in loyalty when you're an average Joe.
Yeah.
That's like his general message.
Yeah, and you know what? He's business-wise good. I'd say good advice businessman-wise. You know, but the way, like, you know, some other stuff that I don't agree with, is just doesn't settle right with me. And I'm not saying that he's not. This isn't only targeted towards him. It's just targeted towards other people who've made money in the wrong ways and being supported for it. You know. And it's just like the person who joined in on that is being blamed, like only them, but not the person who, you know, got the money out of it because they're rich, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy because if you listen to his interviews, he was saying like most of the men that would do that were married. Like participate in that. Like large percentage of them, probably not most, but a large percentage of them were like people in relationships.
That's
you know.
Scary.
I know, that's crazy. So it's like, oh, okay, so it's a 3-person to blame thing. It's the married man, the woman, and
Tate hear about
for
that.
Managing. Yeah, he's like you can't, from now on, just keep an open mind, even if it's someone you totally disagree with. Like it's hard to do that, but I've tried to do that now. Don't judge them off of TikTok, even if it's the most outlandish thing. Like it's the craziest thing you've ever heard. Like
someone asked
it could be out of context, you know?
Yeah, like someone asked me in my church group. They're like, what do you think about Andrew Tate? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I heard bad things about him, but I was like, it was like this little kid who's like kind of like a little tryhard. But he's funny though. But like the thing is like he tries to fit in, but he doesn't need to because it's church. You know, everybody's welcome there, and like, you know, it just doesn't matter. But like he asked me, and I was like, I don't know. Like I heard bad things about him, but I didn't say what I thought about him because I
That's smart.
haven't gotten the chance to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's good. That's a mature way to handle it.
Yeah.
You're very mature for your age, young lady.
Thank you very
Be
much.
careful.
No wonder like people older than me like me, because like the other day I got a little confession from someone saying that they liked me, right, that they did like me until I talked to that other guy, and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't want to get in the way of that, and the age gap I don't mind as long as you're like, because he's 17 or 18, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's too old.
But he's like, I'll wait. Like he's like, I'll wait for you, cause like he goes to the church. He goes to church, and okay. Like listen, before you say he's not gonna wait for me, well I don't think he is, cause like I don't know if we like each other like that anymore. But like the thing is like he's I'll just say this: he's on my youth group. He plays the guitar. He's very very strong-minded, not weak-minded. Very into the word of God, has a firm relationship with him, and like it's just like really good, you know. Seeing that is really so rare these days. Like I always keep saying, because of this generation, how they're so weak-minded, how they take things so offensively. One small thing and they get so offended, and like I think they get mad because the truth is something that hurts them the most, and they get so mad about it. They're like, oh my God, no, you're so wrong, you know what, kill yourself, blah blah blah.
Yeah, well, usually the people that think like that have the most problems, you know. You just gotta pray for them, honestly.
Yeah, that's
how I see it now. Like I used to get mad at that too, like wait, you green-haired girl.
Stop.
But now I'm like, something happened in your life to make you like this.
Yeah, like,
and I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, like, and it's not their fault. It's the person who put them through that. But honestly, it's like never too late to go to God, because like, you know.
Yeah, it's never too late.
It's human flesh.
That's what people need to realize. It's never too late to go to God.
Yeah.
God is good.
Yeah, like that one on FaceTime earlier, and then because they're both from church, so like both of them, they're like in their, one of them was like 20, I don't know, and 18, but like, I mean,
man, what's up with you talking to these older guys?
I don't know, cause like the guy I'm talking, he just turned 17.
Which one?
The Colombian.
Oh.
Like, but I'm turning 15 in December, so it's like, I guess it kind of just adds out. But I think, okay, I don't want to say, because like, not daddy issues, but I think it's because I'm very mature for my age, like you said, and I think that's what they like. Like, they don't know my age, right? Before I
say it right away.
No, before they knew my age, they ended up liking me because they said how mature I was, and like, you know, everything else. So yeah, and then it wasn't until they found out my age, they were like, oh my God, what? You know, they're shocked. But
yeah, you look older than you are, and you kind of act older than you are too, and that's good and bad.
Yes, it's a blessing and a curse for certain situations.
Look, man, I don't like the idea of older guys talking to you, because they are better with girls. Like, they have more experience, and you can get groomed.
No, I'm not saying getting groomed. Not getting groomed. Like,
no, like legit, like for real.
Yeah, no, but like I know that this isn't church, but I'm still keeping an eye out, because you never know. It's like, the devil can get you from anywhere.
Because I never FaceTimed a 14-year-old when I was 18, 19.
Well, no, it's not like that. We were just talking as friends. No, not the guy I was on FaceTime earlier with. I don't know how he is. But I know he's older. But like, the guy I'm talking about, we talked about it, and he was like, oh, and something, and we just agreed on being friends. And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry for that getting in the way of our friendship. I just wanted to say that you're really pretty and you have a personality like no other girl I've seen in that church. And I just wanted to say that, but I didn't want it to ruin our friendship because of what you had going on with the guy at your school and because of the age gap. He's like, but yeah, like I really hope we can be friends. And it's not weird like that anymore. So like, it's just normal. And he has no intention of doing that because I know that he is a good person deep down inside and, is a follower of Christ. And it's nothing weird. Like, if this were to blow up, I don't want people to take it out of context and say, oh, he's grooming her, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, it was just genuine emotion, genuine feelings. It's nothing lustful,
Okay.
So.
Well, I'll tell you this. You know right from wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you do when you're not here. So I trust you. But I still don't like the idea. No matter how, like, he could be just planting a seed. I don't know this guy. Church guys do bad things too.
If you were to know him, you wouldn't like see him like that. You would
Right.
see him the way I see him, as a friend, as
Probably.
a nice person.
Probably. I probably would. Yeah. I mean, if he complimenting you, because he's called you pretty, right?
Yeah.
So that's automatic.
Well, he's an introvert, kind of like he's very shy.
Oh, even worse.
He's kind of shy.
Those are the freaks.
No, stop, no, stop it, no.
No, legit, like.
No, but I'm serious though. Like he's not.
Yeah, don't let that. Okay, yeah, no, I don't know him. Right, this is what I'm just hearing.
Yeah.
But guys can use that too. You know what I mean? Guys can be very manipulative, especially the older ones.
Yeah.
Because they know, like you're young. Because you are young.
Yeah, I know. Like at the gym, at the LA Fitness we go to. You know that white guy, that tall white guy that you saw.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like,
He thought you were older.
Yeah. He thought.
But you look older. You don't look 14.
But I didn't even have makeup on. Like right now this is mascara. But
But you look older, regardless.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, one hit and I look like this. But oh my gosh, because he was like, oh, how old are you? I'm like, oh, I'm 14. No, I was 13 at the time. He's like, you're lying. And he's like, I'm gonna need a birth certificate, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not lying to you. He's like, what year? I'm like, 07. He's like, nah. And after that, it was just like, oh. And then recently, this guy was like kind of correcting my form on the gym because I guess like the chest press, right? I forgot. I didn't even notice, and I was like, no wonder I felt weird. He's like, oh, you're supposed to have it elevated, right? So then I after that I did one more set and I went and he followed me, right? I thought I don't know if he was following me, but like whenever I went there, he went there. So I was like, coincidence? I think not. Like I don't want to think it the wrong way. But then I was doing it again, and then he was like, oh, you're doing it wrong. And I was like, oh, come on. And he was like, oh, how old are you? Like, first, no, he asked me if I had Instagram, right?
Oh, no.
And I was like,
that's bad.
No, I'm 14. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'm 14. He was like, oh, and that's when his perverted thoughts went away. He was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm proud of you for coming here, for trying your best, and blah, blah, blah. And then after, he's like, I'm a personal trainer of 2 years. And,
Dang, he was trying to hit on you? That's crazy. Man, maybe he was trying to make you his client.
Maybe. I hope so. Yeah. I hope so.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because I don't want to look at it the wrong way, but I just felt like...
No, sometimes you do, I would prefer you to look at it the wrong way.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to be naive to it because, like...
Yeah, nah. Because then you get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I don't want anything happen to you because I will kill somebody. And I'll tell Dad about it, and then he'll kill him again. Like, I know he's not around, but, he'll kill somebody.
Yeah.
I think he's done it before. He
Secretly,
has.
low-key.
Low-key, I'm going to have him on this podcast. I'm going to be like, okay, Dad, be honest.
All three of us. It would be so funny.
I would have to buy another mic.
All right.
But, I would prefer you to just... It's hard.
I'm going to start wearing unicorn headbands.
Man, no, I don't want you to do that.
No, because no matter, like, like how messy I dress. Like, and sometimes in public, I look like a hom. Well, I was gonna say a homo. I was gonna say a homo. I just look like I fell off. You know, I look throwed, and I dress so bad, and I don't know how people how older people find me attractive or how older
sometimes
people.
that's more attractive. It's like your natural state. Like, it's weird. It's weird with guys. But
Yeah.
look, you know, I'm a guy, and I'm young, so I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You better be careful with these dudes.
No.
And I prefer you stop talking to the older ones.
Well, no, not okay. But the older ones, they're church friends, nothing like that, and I don't see them like that. Like,
I know you don't, but it's
what?
I'm telling you from a guy's perspective. Like, that's just any guy would tell you. Like, FaceTime, like.
No, it's because I think he wanted to find out T about something because he texted my friend, right? And he was like, any.
No, but he called you pretty. That's where that automatically crosses the line into something else.
Oh no, not the one I was on FaceTime with right now.
No, I know.
The other one.
The other one, yeah.
Yeah.
He called you pretty, and that changes it. That's like you can't be friends with a girl that you think is pretty. You just can't. As a guy.
Oh, because you end up, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't.
It's
So-
hard finding a boy best friend.
It is. No, yeah, it is. No, you can't. Because eventually, maybe something will happen. You guys will have a moment, and you'll fold.
Yeah.
Or the guy will try something.
I never folded. I'm gonna say that right now. I've been
That's
strong.
But you gotta understand, a guy can't have a girl best friend that he thinks is pretty.
Yeah.
Because I've had, like, you know, I've had girl best friends before, you know.
Mhm.
But in the back of my head, I'm like, if something goes down, I'm taking that opportunity every time.
No.
But I think a lot of guys would agree with me on that.
Yeah.
I think every guy would agree with me on that.
'Cause it's high school, I guess. I mean, like.
Especially high school, yeah.
Yeah, in
No,
middle
yeah.
school. Ooh.
So I don't want you doing that,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah. I mean.
But then
nothing
again,
like that.
I don't know what you do when you're alone.
It's nothing bad.
So it's just trust,
Yeah.
you know. I'm sure this guy is a great guy, but especially with introverts, you got to be careful, because I've noticed a pattern.
For me?
Like, no,
Oh,
with
I
like
was like,
men
Oh.
that are introverted, that are like kind of socially like awkward, like maybe don't get a lot of female attention. When they get
Yeah.
attention, they snatch on it, no matter what the age is.
They do.
You know what I mean?
I noticed that about him. I was like, cause like
Well, then there you go. You need to stop.
yeah, no, I was like
Just right, like, we don't need to discuss this further.
yeah.
You need to stop.
Yeah, no, like
That's
like,
my advice.
No, he just asked me how my day is and blah blah blah, and that's it.
Yes.
You know, like just like a nice little simple conversation,
Right.
but that's it. That's like we leave it at that. We don't go any further.
Yeah, he's grooming you.
What? No, he's not grooming me because no, he's
You're getting more comfortable with him.
no, he's no. I'm not opening up to him. I'm scared to open up because like no, but
Well,
like
then stop calling him.
no, I don't call him. He texts me.
Okay, don't respond.
Okay. No, it's not. No. Okay.
Unless it's church related, don't
Yeah,
respond.
it's always church related. Like anything we talk about, it's like nearly every time almost church related.
Actually, no, just don't text him anymore. You can be upfront with him. I know that's hard. Like, hey, bro, like, I don't think this is appropriate. He ruined it when he called you pretty.
But that was how he used to feel.
No, he still feels like that. You don't just become ugly in his eyes. That's not how it works.
God dang it. I was like, hold on. Chat. I
I
said,
don't think you can convince me, Annalise. I think you just need to stop texting him. For your own safety.
for my own safety. I'm
And for
not getting groomed.
his.
I'm only getting groomed if I like him back, and I don't like him back.
Well, but he likes you.
He's not grooming me though. It's not like what is it? It's not like he's asking for feet pics.
Oh, yeah, but Annalise, you gotta understand. I'm telling you, you can't continue this.
Look, see. It said. Actually, I don't want to read this out loud just in case it's, you know.
Yeah, no. Don't continue this. I'm reading this through a guy's eyes. Don't continue to text this man. Okay? Like, for real.
Like, it's just.
How old is he?
I think he's 17. One of those, 17.
Okay. I thought he was like 20.
No.
But still, like,
Yeah.
no. Especially 17, no.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I
thought he was older. Okay, 17, that's not that bad.
No.
But still, like, okay, if your intention is just to be friends with him, it's not gonna work. It doesn't
So
work
then,
like
like,
that.
just like, friends from afar, you know?
Friends from afar?
Because that's basically how it was last time before we talked about, like, what?
Well, be careful, because I don't know if you're dating anybody, but if I was dating you, I wouldn't like that.
What?
Because
Like-
Anna told me one time, because she did this group thing, right? One of the guys, the same thing, like, hey, I think you're pretty. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, okay, my bad. Let's just be friends. I was like, no. You need to cut that man off. Don't talk to him. She was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't realize. Like, I explained to her this whole thing. Like, no, you can't.
Because it's
Once they
disrespectful.
think it's that, but like once he establishes that he thinks you're cute, that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't just go away. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to sneak in. Oh, your boyfriend didn't text you today? Oh, I'm sorry. Cry on my shoulder. Guys are sneaky, bro. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
No, they are because sometimes okay, you
But
know.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, no.
No man is gonna like that.
No, I get what you're saying. So like, yeah, we're not like you know that guy who got expelled at my school for giving, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he texted me, right, and he told me he was like, oh, do you think where where did it go wrong with us two? And I was,
You talked to him?
and he told me, he texted me. He was like, I know you're talking to so and so, but you know, not to be weird, like just be honest, like you don't have to answer if you don't want to, and blah blah blah, like no weird stuff, just a genuine question.
Right.
And he was like, now he's my age, he's no groomer.
Right.
I was like, I think we moved too fast. You kind of like put up a front of people. You were flirting with other girls. I didn't like that. And like you were disrespecting the teachers, and you kind of just like, you know, were causing a scene everywhere you went. So I was like, you know, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm saying you have a chance to be a good person, and you deep down inside you are a good person. That's what I told him, you know. And he was like, and then like he made this little remark. He was like, oh, if so and so messes up, do I get a second chance? I was like, oh, okay, buddy.
Yeah, I mean
He's like, just kidding.
he's in high school.
I know you ain't kidding.
He's not gonna be the same guy in 5 years.
Yeah.
Nobody is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's mature of him to ask. Where did I go wrong? I've never said that before. Once I stopped talking to a girl, that's it. I don't talk to them no more. Nah, yeah. Most of them.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no. I thought you were getting groomed. I didn't realize he was 17. But no, you can't. I mean, you could just text him, you know.
Yeah.
But just know
It's always
that.
friendly
Just know
manner.
his true intentions, you know.
Yeah.
Don't ever give him like a hint,
Yeah.
like a
No.
lead,
Yeah, not
like a
'cause
little
then-
flirt, you know. Don't do
Yeah.
that. 'Cause
No.
then he'll take that.
Yeah, I know he will. That's why I'm like, very
Like,
careful with
okay.
my words.
Okay, I apologize to whoever he is. I thought he was an older man. I thought he was like 20. I was like,
No, but usually
No.
the guys, I
don't-
don't know why, but I attract such older men.
because you look older.
But yeah, but like person, yeah, okay.
Because you look older. That's why.
I'm gonna for real start wearing emoji dresses.
I'd have to.
I'm gonna be wearing Hello Kitty. I'm gonna be wearing some, what is it, PJ Mask. It's Paw Patrol. Open this joint. I'm feeling like, no, actually, what's like a ooh, no.
Just say your age, just right away.
I'm gonna have the number 14 on my shirt.
It's like I wish I could be with you when you got in public, just to like ward off any weirdos, you know. Hey man, she's 14, man.
Yeah, it was kind of like that at the old church we used to go to. You're at, like
Really?
Yeah.
What?
The people were very shocked to know my age. Like Shariah.
Yeah.
She was like, "You're 13?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my god." She's like, "I thought you were older." I was like, "No." And then I remember you telling me to raise my hand. You're like, "Raise your hand."
When what?
Whenever they ask for age, like, who's 13, who's 14, you know, going around that age wave.
I think I remember.
Yeah, you're like,
That was a while
you,
ago.
and you got my arm, and you.
Shout out to Get Wrapped.
Age disclaimer. And like, you got my arm, and you're like, yeah, that's right, raise your hand. You look back at me too, you're like, yeah, everything. I was like, because even at 13, I still looked old.
Yeah, you've always looked older.
Oh, you know, somebody said like, that I look 22, and I.
Who said that? A dude?
Yeah.
Get away from that dude.
No, it was a long time ago. That
was even worse.
I know.
It's even worse when you were younger.
I was 13 a year ago.
But just know that you know you're very pretty. You have a power. Don't abuse that power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're smart. I know you're smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't fall into temptation. It's very hard to, but don't do it.
I know.
And I'm only saying that because I know what it leads to.
Not good things, of course.
Terrible things. It feels, it sucks. It's a sucky feeling.
Yeah.
But I trust you. I think overall you're pretty cool. Like an 8 out of 10.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Then we're going to wrap up this podcast.
All right. Oh.
If you stayed all the way through, you're the best.
Yes. Well, this juicy stuff probably.
This is some juicy stuff.
This is. There's even more juicy stuff.
This is going to get shared everywhere.
Oh, how fun. Oh, man. Maybe
All right.
I'm going to have to blur out my shirt, too.
Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you so much for listening on my 14 years of living. This ain't even half of my life. That's crazy, bro.